Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Julie Mann, and I show men and women how they can live healthy, happy, sustainable lives. And I do that by showing them how they can change their habits. And today I'm joined by the wonderful Karen Callahan, who is an absolute whiz when it comes to websites. And she's going to share some healthy habits with us. So over to you, Karen.
Well, thank you, Julie. Thank you for having me today. Good to be with you again. So we're going to talk about the top 5 healthy habits that I recommend. And of course, I have more recommendations than 5, but I took a holistic view. So some of them about security, some of them will keep you safe in a user ability kind of way, and some will keep you safe in an SEO way. So the first tip I have is you should get in a habit of dealing with 3 different vendors. Most people, when they want to get a website, hire a developer, and then they will only want to receive invoices from one company. So they register their website with the company, they host with that company, and they have their email with their company. But from a business, and that's convenient from a paying bills standpoint. But from a doing business standpoint, if that company ever has problems with their server, you have no website, you have no domain name, you have no email, you come to a complete stop. So that's a very dangerous situation for people to be in, especially if they're doing, especially if they're doing e-commerce online. You're out of business for the day. And you don't know, everything's out of your control then. You don't know how long it's going to take these people to recover. So it's in your best interest as a professional business to have your website registered with one company, your hosting with another company, and then your email hosted with a different company. Now that's a lot for people, but if you think that, if you reduce it to have your web person do that for you, and then you just have to pay the 3 bills. So you don't really have to have that relationship. So that would be my first tip, because then if your email goes down, you can quickly set up a Gmail or another free email service and shoot something off to your clients because everything else is intact and you're in business still. The second tip I have is a security one. Make your own monthly backups. And I know the crowd is saying, why'd I pay to have the backups? I pay a hefty price to have backups daily and weekly. They do full backups. And I'm telling you that when a company has a problem, generally speaking, they have a big problem. So you can't count on that company being able to recover the backup that's the most recent. So if you have your web developer create a backup for you once a month that you put out at some cloud storage, or maybe they zip it in a file for you and you can download it onto your system, you have that backup. So if it's August 23rd and you spent over the last couple of weeks 6 to 10 hours getting everything ready for your September courses or the events you're having or whatever, updating, then you're only losing 6 to 10 hours as opposed to the company that you thought you paid backups for doesn't have the backups, can't find them because their whole environment got messed up. And it happens to big companies, I don't want to mention any names, but very large companies, it happens. And when it happens in a historic way, if you will. I mean, in the tech world, they're written up because it's such a calamity. So it's your responsibility. It's your website. Make sure your web developer creates a totally separate, not on the server, someplace else, backup of your website. The third thing I would say is a conversation with your developer. Make sure that you're cleaning up your content. So if you have an employee who leaves, you don't just take them off of the page, the employee page. You want to make sure that you get rid of, delete their image, delete the bio, any singular page that was devoted to them. You want to remove that. Any documents that somebody could upload that were related to them, you want to remove that. And then the conversation you want to have with your developer is, please don't leave any files on my system that I'm not using. So I do a lot of contracting. I log into the back end. This is back end information. Nobody wants to go there, but you can have the conversation. So, and you can give the directive, and that doesn't mean that you have to log in and check that your developer did it, but at least you took the first step, because the mess that I see when I log in, there's copies of full websites. There's about us-1, about us-5, about us-10. And that stuff is not damaging to your website, but those files that are being unused are nests, are hackers' delights, because the hackers know nobody's looking at this file because they're already up to about us 11, right? So I have all these other files that I can break into, set up a nice little hack and spread viruses throughout the world, or shoot off emails throughout the world if you have, form-1, form-2, form-3. So the reason you want to have the conversation with your developer is those latent files, those files with a year, every time a file is updated, it's stamped with the year. Those files with the year 2017, they are begging for hackers to come. And hackers don't come in as people as we've been introduced to them on TV and the news. Hackers come in the form of programs, and they're called bots, right? So we have good bots and we have negative bots, and these are negative bots. And when you don't clean up behind the scenes, like a lot of developers, if you ever hear your developer say, oh, don't worry about it, I made a copy of your website, you want to jump on that right away and say, well, where is that copy? Listen, zip it up, send it to me, put it in my storage area, like on Dropbox, but don't leave it sitting there waiting for the hackers to come along and go, no one's paying attention to this. Tip number 4 is for your usability. Manage your pop-ups, all right? When you have a pop-up that says join my email list, which are very popular, or sign up for my event, when somebody clicks at close and then they go to the next page, it shouldn't be popping up again. All right, you're going to end up ticking people off. When you do a pop-up and someone clicks at close, you need to have your web developers set that at, okay, we'll keep it closed for 15 minutes, because it's unlikely that somebody would be on your website for 15 minutes. But the idea is, yes, I heard that you want this to close. I respect your opinion. Next time they come up to your website, well, maybe it drops down again. But I mean, how many websites have you been to lately where you go to the website and you're there for 3 seconds, you followed a link from somewhere and you're looking for the information that you're looking for, and a pop-up's right there, and sign up for this. I mean, sometimes I've been to websites that have 2 and 3 layered pop-ups, and that's really bad form. And you're not, so you have a website, presumably you want people to visit it, and now you're pushing them away, right? So respect your audience. Pop up when they click it close, it's closed for the duration of their visit. And then the final tip I do have, is for search engine optimization purposes. You want to fix your broken links. And once again, you're probably going to have to go to your developer. Some do-it-yourselfers can figure it out themselves. But if you have a broken link on your website, it actively works against your SEO. So if you do lots of things with search engine optimization, if you don't do them, are just missed opportunities. You could have earned more value with your search engine optimization. You could have earned a higher rank if you did this, this, and this. But 404 errors, those page 404 errors, are what we see when you have a broken link. And when the search engines come along and they run into one broken link, the search engines halt everything. So a little bit of background on that one is search engines decide before they get to your website, I'm going to spend 4 nanoseconds on this website, right? So here you are with the broken link, and it puts the brakes on it. It goes, oh, wait, I don't want to refer this person in a high ranking area if they're going to have broken links. Now I need to stop and go through the entire website and see how many more broken links there are. So you take those 4 nanoseconds, those precious moments that you get from the search engines, who should be saying, oh yes, I understand, Julie works with health, Julie works with females, Julie helps people feel better, Julie does marvelous things. instead of doing that, it's off going, oh, Julie missed this and Julie missed that. So don't waste the time of the search engines. Get the most value. It's a simple, simple task, but people should be testing every month for broken links. And that, my friend, is all I have for healthy. So we have get in the habit of working with 3 different vendors, get in the habit of doing monthly backups for yourself, the habit of cleaning up behind, have your developer clean up behind them, manage your pop-ups so you don't tick off your audience, and fix your broken links, and you'll have a healthy website.
Wow, that's totally brilliant, Karen. I am known as a little bit of a technophobe, and I love that you explained it in a way that I could understand. So thank you so very much. And for any of you that want to find out more about Karen, all you have to do is just below this email, there'll be some links. So check her out. She's fantastic. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Julie. I appreciate it.